What's up, Universal Fight League fans? How'd you guys like that Mike Tyson fight? I thought the Mike Tyson fight sucked. I think that Roy Jones Jr., he didn't show up to fight. He showed up to give Mike Tyson a bunch of hugs and run away from him. Because that's all he did the whole entire fight. And it seems like nobody wants to say that because he's some legend. But he knew as soon as he stepped in that ring with Mike, he had no chance. And I don't know what he said to that referee. For those of you that watched the fight, what did he say to that referee? It seemed like he was like I gotta hug him, or I gotta do this or that, or this dude's finna beat my ass. I mean, so I don't feel like we got to actually see Mike Tyson's skills in that fight, because every day, Mike Tyson got only a couple chances to let his hands go, and every time he did, it was a devastating blow. So he was either hugging him or running from him. So hopefully we get to see another fight out of Mike Tyson where he'll actually get to display his real skills. But I did see the age in the ring out of both fighters. But still, it was worth the $50 I paid to see it. I am a bit disappointed in the Mike Tyson fight. And on the behalf of Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr., you don't have it anymore. It was a money grab. I get that. You need to stop fighting because you robbed the fans. You robbed Mike Tyson of a great show. You really did. And that, because Mike Tyson didn't even get a chance to really fight. And then you guys seen when he wasn't hugging him or running away. I mean, God, he was straight running away doing football jukes and shit. Like he was confused what sport he was in, because he was running from that dude. And then towards like the later rounds, you seen him start doing the speed rabbit punching, just round stealing, throwing a bunch of punches to get points just so he could steal the round. Yeah, he was trying to win that fight in every shady boxer way imaginable because he knew he had no chance. Now, Jake Paul, okay, upon looking at Nate Robertson, I got scared a little bit. I doubted Jake, but I kept telling you people, Jake is for real. Now, Jake handled himself very well in that ring because you could tell Nate Robinson was a big, strong guy, but he had no idea what he was doing in that ring. So he kept doing the running and Jake just kept his composure, waited for his time, and like he said, he knew he was going to run into his hands at one point in time, and he did. And Jake Paul knocked him out. It was awesome. But now I would really like to see, the next fight for Jake Paul, I would like to see, it's kind of got to be KSI or Logan Paul, I think would be his next bet in that fight for him to go fight. But then after that, I actually want to see him go after a real fighter and see how he does. You know what I mean? Now he'll have the experience of 2 more amateur fighters plus all the training in between. So yeah, I'd like to see him, maybe even do both. Maybe go fight KSI, go fight his brother, then go fight after an actual real fighter. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he's doing this to make money. And KSI and fighting his brother, I believe, is where the real money is. Now, I would love to see Ryan Garcia versus Jake Paul. And I know there's a lot of people out there that want to see that fight. But I don't think Jake Paul stands a chance against any Garcia. Okay? I think any of the Garcias would beat his ass. So, and I think Jake is smart enough to know that he ain't fighting a Ryan Garcia. But I don't know, he might, but because Ryan Garcia's fast. But now Jake, I don't know how different they are on reach. I know Jake is heavier than Ryan Garcia, that's for sure. So I would have to actually go over the stats on that and see what the actual differences were in the fighters before I could make a prediction. My only prediction is Ryan Garcia would have it in the bag. But Jake's getting better every day. He is. You know what I mean? He looked good in this fight. He did. But he didn't really, like, I agree with him, and that's what makes me feel like he's getting smart in the head about fighting, is he even said that he didn't feel like he got a chance to display his skills because he was fighting such an amateur. You know, kudos goes to Nate Robinson for stepping in that ring like he said, but Nate Robinson, like I said, I know you got knocked the fuck out, and it was great. I think the Jake Paul fight was more entertaining than the Mike Tyson fight. And I mean, come on, man. Jake Paul, I mean, I got a lot of newfound respect for Jake Paul. This kid's kind of, I mean, look what he did. He came, kid from Ohio, rule America just like me. He moves to, gets on Disney Channel. He gets a badass YouTube channel. Makes music, and now all of a sudden he wants in the fight game, and he's making millions in that, dude. You the man, brother. You are the man, Jake Paul. And that was a great show, and you should be proud of that victory. And definitely worth the $50 I paid to watch that fight. And so I kind of did have a lot to talk about on this morning's runtime. That's why I waited to give my opinions on the fights, so I could just give it to you guys on my morning runtime. Thank you to all the new people that have came to my channel over the weekend, over the few videos I put up. Thank you for your like buttons. I haven't got no new subscribers off of it yet, so come on, people. Start subscribing to my YouTube channel so I can start doing this for a living and bring you the type of content that I want to bring you. But for right now, I'm going to have to end this video because I get up and go to work because I ain't getting paid as a YouTuber yet. But anybody new to the channel, please make sure you smash subscribe over here, smash like over here, and come here every day because I'm uploading some kind of vlog or something at least every day for trying to get my runtime. But again, the Mike Tyson fight was awesome. I mean, well, the whole show was awesome. You know, I think the Jake Paul fight was the most entertaining out of it because we didn't really get to see a real display out of the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. fight. So, who would you guys like to see Mike Tyson go up against next? Okay, like, who do you guys feel like he should box in another expedition? Now, upon watching Mike Tyson fight, at first I was thinking maybe he should try to get back into competition and gain a belt. Now, I don't think he should, but it's really cool to see him in these expedition matches. So I would definitely love to see more out of these, out of Mike Tyson. I know we're going to see more of them out of Jake Paul. So I'm going to film it, and maybe you got to get you guys to come, and I get monetized and start doing the montage I want, the kind of footage I want to do. And who knows, you might be seeing Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight on the Universal Fight League YouTube channel. But it's all up to all of you guys, because everybody out there can make that happen for me. Till the next video, I love you. Peace.